Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
Center. Do we have a processing error? Adrian Wojnarowski will update us on the Sixers' plan for Ben Simmons after they were eliminated from the playoffs by the Hawks last night. I'm loving this way too much.
Well, you really read that. Like, you really got into that high hello. It's already happening. Umpires are now checking pitchers for sticky stuff in games, and Jeff Passan is here live to explain to us that process. But we begin with our headlines and a Kawhi Leonard update getting you.
When he was very non-committal about whether he could win a championship with Ben Simmons there, as we say hello to our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. Of course, now here comes the questions about Ben Simmons' future in Philly. Woj, what are you hearing?
Elle, I think that the challenge for
Sparked plenty of sports talk debate and secured the bag. All that's left is literally everything else, because in Jerry's world, the pursuit of happiness is singularly focused. And as Laura Rutledge explains, coming off a broken ankle with expectations to take a huge step forward, Dak is going to need a little help from his line brothers. Thank you, Laura Rutledge, for bringing us that. Our front office insider, Mike Tannenbaum, is joining us now. Let's keep the conversation going about the Cowboys. Dak telling our Cowboys reporter, Todd Archer, that his offensive linemen, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, La'el Collins, are the three most important players on the roster, and your dog agrees, I think. He seconds that emotion. Mike, what are your expectations for Dak and their offense if they can stay healthy?
They're massive, Elle. We're talking about a top 5 offense in the NFL, and here's why. Those are 3 frontline offensive linemen, and as you alluded to, they missed 36 games. When you factor in, you have 2 bona fide #1 wide receivers on the outside, and CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. Who are you going to double? If you try to double both, you're going to hand the ball off to a really good running back in Zeke Elliott, and you're getting back a top 5 quarterback in Dak Prescott, who could beat you with his arm, and hopefully, if he's healthy, still a very good athlete, can beat you with his feet. So they should be able to control the line of scrimmage, get the ball down the field, play action pass. This offense checks every box.
Yeah, the numbers would tell you that the O-line has seen better days, but those 3 dudes specifically that he name-checked mixed significant time with injury last season alone. Biggest storyline, I would say now, between now and training camp anyway, is, of course, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and whether he's going to show up. Mike, when you think about their current situation, what's the significance of Green Bay not fining him for deciding not to show?
You know, Elle, unfortunately, I've been in Green Bay shoes a couple of times in my career, and sometimes you're looking for any tactic to reinvigorate a discussion. And while, look, $93,000 isn't the same to Aaron Rodgers that it may be for you and I, it is significant in saying, like, hey, we're not going to find Aaron Rodgers. We want to get back to the table. We want to sit down as partners, shoulder to shoulder, and see how we could solve it. And it may be a small step, but it could be a meaningful step in terms of trying to find a solution.
We've certainly heard from some people maybe a contract extension, right, could potentially help that situation a little bit, which is funny because, well, there's quite a few guys that are staring down some contract extensions. Let's start with the #1 overall pick in Baker Mayfield, 75 touchdown passes, led the 2018 first-round quarterbacks, followed closely by Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Allen adding 25 rushing TDs, Lamar 18 compared to Baker's 4 on the ground. Lamar and Josh both look like they're going to end up getting paid. It's just a matter of when, but Darnold and Mayfield, tougher to gauge so far. So, Mike, why are you waiting to give Baker a contract extension?
Well, really, for a number of reasons. Most fundamentally, he's under contract for this year, next year, and if he plays really well, we could tag him 3 years from now. So you control him for 3 years. Kevin Stefanski has won in Minnesota when he was the offensive coordinator with Case Keenum, Kirk Cousins, so he's shown he can win with a number of different quarterbacks. And Baker, let's face it, he's been inconsistent. So if I'm Cleveland from a resource allocation, I'm signing Nick Chubb, Denzel Ward. I'm keeping that really good core together. And in 2 to 3 years, if Baker Mayfield continues to play at that level, which, let's face it, there's really been a mixed bag so far, then we'll address his contract. But until then, it's wait and see, and we're going to take it 1 year at a time.
Yeah, we always say that on paper, the Browns have the steepest and best roster in the NFL. That means you got to pay the money. Mike Tannenbaum joining us here to break down a little bit of everything from the NFL. Thanks, Mikey T.